Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of news segments. This just in, with the Nerd Herd, and today we have myself, Meryl,
Hi.
and SuperLINKARIO.
Hello, it's me.
I found on a
Just
little
flicked
bit.
my microphone there, sorry about that.
Oh,
There you go.
what was that?
Sorry.
No, I meant Meryl.
Oh no, I was like, I had my fan on before this.
Ah,
I
fair.
turned it off,
Okay.
and I miss it.
Yeah, that is literally how we chill here in the Nerd Herd, you see, unless we're, playing games and stuff. But enough about that. First thing, as obvious as we usually do with this just in, I've lost focus again somehow. I haven't even moved. But yes, we have the schedule. And today's schedule is obviously with this just in on Monday, 8 PM BST until we change to GMT. That's a thing. We just here with telling you about the week schedule as well as, well, schedule when it comes to live streams, except for bonuses and extra surprise live stream and stuff like that, testing and whatnot, because we had a very packed last week, even though the last stream didn't go to plan. It was still pretty packed, and we'd still had a surprise stream on that day. So,
Find a man to chat.
Oh,
squad up.
Squad up.
Yeah, you know what? I can do that as well.
oh god.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not signed into my own account. Ah! Wait. How can you
One
use?
sec.
How could you use?
I'll
mine?
find it.
How could? How?
You're dumbfounded now.
How can he use my? It's because he's a subscriber. Yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
Wait, you got a sub? I didn't
Yeah,
know you had a sub.
he did a gift sub, I think, and that's why he has
Oh.
access to mine, and that's why I do not have access on the Nerd Herd. I feel ashamed. Anyway,
Oh.
freaking DBZ. Yeah, but that's basically this. This just in. We have news. So when it comes to, I see you in chat there, Adam. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm getting distracted now with the schedule. So we're actually swapping the weekly Wednesdays and the fun Fridays around for now. The alliteration's going to break. It's going to be fun Wednesdays and weekly Fridays. The alliteration's broken, but it's only like for now, mainly because that with people's schedules, we're kind of needing to swap things so that the more regular stuff happens on the Friday instead of the Wednesday. So we're swapping things around. So we're still going to have Stone. I'm still going to introduce it in the order that we used to do it in for now. And that was Stone Block 2. I think we're doing that on the Friday. As I said, they swapped. It used to be Wednesday. Just moving it on to Friday for now, since more people seem to be, more people who want to join in are more available. And for Wednesday this time, same time, 8 PM BST. For both Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday this time is, and I had to write this down because I'm going to butcher it otherwise. We're going to be doing a Rogue Trader D&D character building session 0 basically. Kazu's put it together because he is the GM. I was about to say DM then, but that's direct messaging.
He is direct messaging also.
He's direct messaging. It's Minecraft Wednesday. No, we moved it over to Friday, if you remember. It used to be on Wednesdays. Yeah, we swapped them round. So
Yeah.
because some of the people aren't available on the Friday for it, so we're gonna move them over. But yeah, so Wednesday this time we're doing a D&D session, even though it's mostly just building our characters for the sessions to come through. So you know what our setup is. As we said, session 0, it's going to be building it up so you know what's coming along. So that is the schedule without anything else popping in. There could be more Rimworld. There could be more Guilty Gear. You don't know.
Yeah.
Could be anything. It could even be what was it that Dax
It
was
could
playing?
even be you.
It could even be me. But yeah, so that is what's up for this week for live streams. And I think now it's time to get into some gaming news, which we have a lot. Funnily enough, after this just in, with Inklings, Daisy training everything together, the news flooded out of Tuesday onwards. It's typical that, isn't it? I did
Yeah.
suggest
but
we
you-
should move us over to Tuesday so we have all the news.
You do realise that any day you will do news, there would always be news after it. So it's just sod law, really.
Yeah. Not Let's Play Curse in this case, as we say in the business.
Because every week we just put stuff in the old just in chat, and then we scroll up, and it's wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It's
It's just so that we have like mental notes on what's coming out,
Yeah.
which I think we should start off with. Shall we go down in order? I feel.
Sure.
Yeah. So first piece of news that I wanted to share actually, which is kind of a shameless self-promotion on my part because I have done South Park Stick of Truth and its sequel, South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Yes, they are puns as well as innuendos. It's South Park, what you gonna do? I did both those games blind on my channel, and it seems to be the case that Trey Parker and Matt Stone have revealed that there is a new South Park game in the works. Could be a sequel. We don't actually know what it is. They just said that there's a new South Park game in the works. And considering that, I would assume due to, the situation we've been faced for the past couple of years, they're probably a bit slow on the episodes, and maybe then instead they've been putting their effort into a game again. So we might have a trilogy going on.
nice.
His net's effed up. Wait, you've lost internet too, man?
Wait, what?
Of the pandas? That's not good. Hope I don't get affected. Any of us. Sorry about that, man. You must be watching the mobile data.
Yeah, that one weird thing that happened actually when I was doing my again, same as self-promotion here, my finale of my Skyward Sword. The 90% of Sky users on the internet failed, and I was one of them. But for some reason, my internet did not fail. And this guy, where is he? I'm
pointing at him.
Yeah, hang on. My thing's messed
I'm
up.
pointing
So
at him.
this guy right here, Sean's internet did go, along with but the rest of the 90%. I was one of the
the
fortunate
Hyrule Warriors
10%.
part of the game.
One of the best parts of the game, Skyward Sword. But anyway, I'm not going to say any more.
I literally had to suffer. I was there for the
Yeah.
end, though. Don't worry. I found a workaround.
Oh, I did post edit as well. I did post edit a lot of stuff as well. Post edited commentary.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's a new South Park game in the works. We don't know what it is, but
That's my right hand.
could be something. Who wants to go next with stuff?
Yeah, your news, your go.
No, I feel like I've been going on for a while and everyone's just been
Uh,
chiming in. I want to be fair.
Some comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco will be playing
you
Foreman
call him-
Spike. In
Oh
the
yeah,
Mario
I
movie.
mentioned that, but I couldn't remember the name last
Yeah.
time, so I managed to find the post and share that. But yeah, it's comedian Sebastian voicing Spike from Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a very early version of Wario before he had a name. What an obscure character.
There'll be an Indie World Showcase tomorrow, last Wednesday.
Yeah, so on the 11th, Indie World Showcase, the only game that really stood out to me was Action Verge 2, because Metroidvania, Metroid's on the brain at the moment. But hey, it's got a sequel.
Yeah.
So
Cool. I haven't played the first one either.
I would give you let's have a quick little looky
Can you stick it
online
on-
here.
And you stick it on finger, what's it?
I'll post a link to what the games are in chat. I'm just going to type in Indie Showcase reveals. Okay, so yep. You know what? I'll just pop that on Esports Talk into chat here. There we go. So you can check that. That's the source that we're reading this from. We have games such as
New Shovel Knight game.
oh yeah, like a little puzzle game or something.
Yeah. And then Jet Set Radio, spiritual successor, Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Cool.
Boyfriend Dungeon.
Yeah.
Islanders Console Edition, Metal Slug Tactics. Actually, yeah, I can't believe I forgot that one. I do
That's
have. That's obviously a Neo Geo kind of Contra-inspired game. Basically, it's a run-and-gun shooter, and Neo Geo are known for their arcade games. So when it comes to Metal Slug, it's basically their version of Contra. And they have a lot of games. I actually have the third one, I think, on the Arcade Archive series on my Switch, because, you know, there wasn't no virtual console. I saw the game, I wanted to play it, and I have had good times all round with it. But I think Tactics is it Tactics? Did I read that wrong? Yeah, Tactics. It's basically like a yeah, it says here it's similar to XCOM in gameplay. So interesting, I guess. I don't know.
I think XCOM is turn-based, isn't it?
Yeah,
Also,
it's like turn-based strategy.
When was Tetris indie? This must have passed me by.
It depends who makes it.
I mean, I know that the original, I think was, this might be me unintentionally getting this wrong, but the very first game, Tetris, just Tetris, didn't the title screen have like Indian palaces or something, or Arabian palaces in the background? Maybe that's why. I don't know. India, I don't know. It's just a thought that crossed through my head, because that it's like I thought Tetris was like third party, but it's mostly associated with Nintendo.
Yeah, it's made and Rasa. It's made by the people who made Res Infinite. Cool. Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on a minute. On the minds of Res Infinite, you know, funnily enough, I did an impromptu Let's Play on that just for testing out with the Elgato on different settings and live streaming at different qualities, and yeah, Res Infinite was actually pretty fun. So,
that's cool.
Astroneer, 100.
So it's like a little spacey adventure game. It's cool.
100 Days Wine Making Simulator.
Yeah.
In case you want to practice being in a brewery. You've also got Slime Rancher Plotable Edition. You know, plop plop. I don't know anything about it really. Lumberjack. I'm guessing it just lumberjacks as bears. Curious Expedition 2. Yeah. Gang Beasts. Eastwood.
Gang Beasts is worth a look at. As like a little party game.
Yeah, those were the reveals, but not, like I said, not a lot stuck out to me really. There was the Shovel Knight, there was the Cyberpunk, but I couldn't remember what that was. I knew it was a Jet Set Radio inspired game, but I couldn't remember the name. And of course, Action Verge 2, which basically is Metroid, but not built by Nintendo. It's basically. So, isn't it being weird? What?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that might be down to RAM there, mate. It might, or processing power. Your programs might be eating it up. I was trying to post in chat saying that he's having problems watching it because he's got something exporting.
There'll be a VOD.
There'll be a VOD. Yeah, and it will be hosted right here on the YouTube channel, so you can click that link right there to see any of the archives of stuff that we have done since launch. So every stream goes there, basically.
Yeah.
Minor edits. It's the full archive, pretty much. So, but yeah, so that was the Indies Showcase. Shall we keep going down the list, or do you two have anything else you want to mention before we continue?
I mean, like I've got stuff, but like, might as well go down the list and then hop on to other stuff.
Georgina, you fine with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll continue.
Just trying to catch up what's on.
Actually, do you want to take the next one this just in after the intro?
Sure. No, there's some keychains of classic controllers.
I was actually mentioning SuperLINKARIO on that when you stole it.
Oh no!
I think we should be in streaming as well.
Oh, are we? No.
Yeah, we're in admin.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to be in level 3 voice. If we change it now, we've got to change the layout.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
But yeah, so I just thought that was nifty. I thought I'd share that with the keychains.
You know, that's cool. Yeah, like a few little bits, like the keychains. Like you can play the hotel version of Ocarina of Time. Cool.
Yeah, it's basically the same game, and it just boots you up on the beta file, really. Because if you look at the screenshot, it's basically just, hey, you've just booted up the title screen file. Basically, you can't save. That's basically all it is. SuperLINKARIO, you want to take the next one after the Ocarina of Time demo, hotel demo?
Hotel demo, a good perfect segue because Dead by Daylight, one of the DLCs for that game, Stranger Things, will soon not be available to purchase. No official reason as to why, but let me just get up the DM I had. Right. After an exciting 2 years in the fog with Nancy, Steve, and the Demogorgon, November 17th, 2021 will mark the last occasion for fans to purchase the Stranger Things content in Dead by Daylight. Like I said, no official reason. It's just a thing that we assume it might be a loss of license.
That would make the most sense, actually, because as an example, and I do know of this because I like Way Forward, I like the Shantae series, and Shantae Half Genie Hero was built off the engine that was designed for the remake of DuckTales Remastered, and that game actually got pulled off of digital shelves, like the eShop and all that. I mean, it was actually quite recently, actually. I think it was like early 2020. And yeah, it was pulled off the shelves. Well, it was sold on offer. Obviously, if you own the game, you can still re-download it. You have brought the license to download the game, so it's removed so that people can't continue to buy it. You can still download it. The difference here is that it did actually get put back on to digital store shelves after a certain amount of time. I'm guessing because the license expired and they didn't realise it, and then once they renewed the license or paid to renew the license for the, permission to, publish that particular work based off of a property that they do not own, they're able to, sell the game again. And it came back onto digital store shelves, so licensing is probably the reasoning, but obviously they're not going to say that because it's like, well, you should have stayed on top of that. But if you have the DLC, even though it is an online game, you'll still be able to play as those characters. I don't know how that would work for unlocking the characters in the Rift, though.
Yeah. Like, apparently it's just really the stage that you'll miss out on if you already have the stuff.
Yeah, because obviously you can't have the map at all. Yeah. But you can still have the characters because it's more of a cameo at that point.
Yeah.
And if you have
if
you have the skills from those characters taught to other characters, if those characters go, they're going to break people's builds, and that's not really fair in a competitive sense. Yeah. So it's like the game would, considering that the game is already spaghettified code anyway, that would be an absolute mess to sort out.
Yeah, so, in terms of once they fix one thing, another thing breaks. I mean, it's completely established. And and then they have to fix that, and another thing breaks. Yeah, so it's an infinite cycle.
Game needs a remake and just make it more modular.
It's just one of those vicious cycles.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's that. So obviously if you have the DLC, you will have the DLC. It's already on your Steam account. You just log in and download it. That's perfectly fine. As for not so recent news, but in terms of the anime scene, we're going a little bit off here, but we're still going down in order other than a few other bits. We also have Crunchyroll, the famous streaming service that allows you to watch subbed and dubbed anime like a day after release or something, if they're from Japan or whatnot, or subbed at least. Does all anime stuff, and it's now owned by Funimation. Crunchyroll is now owned by Funimation. Yeah. And Funimation do a lot of dubbing, so that might actually speed up and even have additional stuff come out on top of that.
Because, now the main competition is Netflix, I guess. And
yeah, because you do actually have some of the more popular, like, anime already on there, but they're already on Crunchyroll as well. They're kind of like on both services because, Netflix has a lot of movies, but you also have some TV series. You also have the occasional anime. I mean, you're going to find the likes of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! On there. You're going to find the likes of probably some series of Naruto, but not the whole lot. Probably the more recent ones or the earlier ones, just so you can catch up with the story and skip a bunch.
Pokemon!
Yeah, Pokemon, obviously,
yeah.
but Crunchyroll would have pretty much the whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm going to watch
Fairy
it from
Tail.
beginning to end. Fairy Tail,
Tail.
yes. But yeah, I wonder if Shakugan no Shana's on there.
So
I think
Naruto.
Funimation actually did the dubbing for that, so that might actually appear on there if it's not already on there.
What about your two favourites, Bleach and Naruto?
They're probably already on there.
Yeah.
That's Shonen Jump. It's alongside the likes of Dragon Ball Z. It's going to be on there. Although Bleach, I'm not entirely too sure because I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else have we got here?
Speaking of
yes.
anime, been watching Marvel's What If. It's pretty cool. It's like just Marvel, but like different things happen, and it's fun. Very small. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. You want to mention the next part of this just in? Because you actually shared this one.
Oh, one of mine.
Yeah, and I think we can
trailer.
segue to some other stuff as well
It's
in
cool.
terms of reveals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the new Cinematic Anime Tensei 5 trailer. It's looking nice.
Bethel, is that
Yeah,
the character on the thumbnail?
I believe so. Or so I kind of watched it once a while ago and then never again because I don't know. It's okay. I'm gonna get it, and then play it for like a weekend, and then the Final Fantasy Expanse will be a week afterwards. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Saying that, actually, speaking of Final Fantasy, that's a perfect segue. The Pixel Remasters have been coming out, and people have been doing reviews on them. I don't know
Are they good?
how to feel of the first one, because I mean, I don't mind the graphical overhaul. I mean, they are rebuilt from the ground up, but they play so similarly, you wouldn't believe that way when they were remade. It's like having A Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance and comparing to the Super Nintendo. It looks like it's a port, but it's actually a remake from the ground up. Even though it's also quite similar on how it's programmed, which is kind of funny because you could do similar glitches. In this case, however, when it comes to the Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 1, because I never played much of 2, and I got pretty far through 3, but I'm not interested in the original. I played the DS one, unfortunately. On the actual DS, that's one we buy, unfortunately, because the end game can be mean. Because they upped it a lot in terms of difficulty. Anyway, digressing. Final Fantasy 1, they've gone back to the original spell point system. Not magic point system, like you have a magic pool, you cast a magic spell, it costs that magic points. It's like the D&D style, how the original Final Fantasy was. If you have like a bunch of level 1 spells, you can cast about 5 of these spells at a time. And then level 4 spells, you can only cast about 2. Something like that, instead of like, the higher spells cost a lot more MP out of an entire pool. Because I prefer the Final Fantasy Anniversary Edition, which originally was released on PSP, but it also counts for the GBA Dawn of Souls version. This is back to the original point system, and it doesn't have any of the bonus stuff that was introduced in Dawn of Souls. It's basically a one-to-one remake of the original, not an enhanced remake to modernize it, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. Basically, it hasn't got the magic point system. It's got the spell cast system. So, and I want to know how they're going to do Final Fantasy VI, because that's a thing actually on the Final Fantasy VI page on Steam. It says that once the Pixel remaster comes out, you can't get the current version of Final Fantasy VI that's on Steam, which is the mobile version ported to PC. Now, I mean, I don't think that'll be a problem because a lot of people don't like the graphics of the of that version, but I don't mind because it's basically got all the bonus features from the game.
Oh my god, it's like
the Game Boy Advance version.
How? That's so big.
What?
Oh no, man! It's part of a bundle. That's why it costs a lot. Oh,
yeah, because I was about to say it's like the Final Fantasy VI version for mobile devices as well as Steam currently, as this stream is happening. It has the bonuses of the Game Boy Advance version, so you have the extra dungeons, summons, and bosses, and all that. Items, as well as the translation from that version. But then you have the SNES quality music, and then you have the PlayStation 1 base controls when you plug in a controller.
I can't even
What
see.
it lacks is the PS1 bestiary and other bonuses like the FMVs and all that. I don't think the Pixel Remaster will include those, but if it's literally just a 1-to-1 of the Super Nintendo version, I don't know how people will take that. Because some people actually like the bonuses.
I can't see on Steam there is a version of it out at the moment. There's just the store page for the remaster.
What, for 1, 2, and 3?
For 6, you mentioned.
Yeah, it's maybe because I've already brought it. It's because it won't even be downloadable again once the Pixel Remaster comes out. And the problem is you'll have to buy that. So it's like they're actually deleting a game that I own. Which is what I really hate about digital storefronts.
Yeah.
If the store shuts down, you don't own it. The only thing I would actually like when it comes to Steam is that, okay, you need to be signed in because they're not DRM free. You have to be signed in order to play it unless you click offline mode first. What I would like is that if a game actually does reach the end of its life, or the store reaches the end of its life, make them DRM free. Release a final update for those games to just remove the online check for Steam. Because if it's not available on Steam no more, we've still spent the money. Maybe make it like a subscription service. Like, hey, if you want to keep the game offline, just pay an extra £2 or something. That's pennies. And it would still incentivize them to do that, so it preserves the games you own. Because then you can back that up to different storage units and keep them.
Because I don't know if this is going to go through Steam, but I just had a look on the because I was trying to find it.
Hang on, I got to click watch on that. I didn't expect you to do this.
Go for it.
Oh God, there we are.
I tried to find. So this is the old version. So I had to find this by going to your Steam page.
We're stuck at the side now.
Oh no, it's fine. But
just temporarily.
I had to go and find this by going to your Steam page and
there it is.
Clicking on look at this notice.
It's no longer available for sale on Steam. That's because they want to push the Pixel Remaster.
But I tried to.
The Pixel Remaster isn't out yet for the 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, if you were to find it usually, it just isn't there. There's this one that isn't here.
No, that is the one.
No, I mean you can't play it and buy it. There's no the old version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. The page that you're on now is the Pixel Remaster. The page you were on before is the current version.
Yeah, it's weird.
Last time I checked, you could still get it, but they said that once it comes out, it won't be. It's probably because that the Pixel Remasters of 1, 2, and 3 are already out, so half the pack's already available. That might be what they meant.
Yeah.
Not Final Fantasy 6 specifically, but that means you now have to wait until you can play Final Fantasy 6. You turned your camera off.
Oh yeah, I did the wrong one. If it totally makes it redundant and what's the other word? If it's just better, then I think it's fine.
I mean, people will like the graphical difference. I'm pretty sure because the filtering for the graphics themselves, people don't like because it's bilinear. And everyone hates bilinear unless it's the 3DS. So
exactly, just update them using including the iconic Final Fantasy character pixel. Yeah, I'm just reading off the story page.
The problem is Final Fantasy 6. That particular version is incredibly hard to mod as well, and there's no Steam Workshop. So
why mod a classic?
Why remake the classic when it doesn't need to be remade? Just re-release the original. Well, to be honest, if you're just going to do that, just re-release the Super Nintendo version with the PlayStation FMVs and bonuses, as well as the extra stuff introduced on the Game Boy Advance version. I mean, that's what that version was, but without the graphics. And the people,
I do
they looked flat to people. I'm just giving the criticisms that people have said.
I do really enjoy the idea of. When you have a game remake and it's a proper 3D. It's that Final Fantasy 7.
I wanted Final Fantasy 6 in the 3D style of Final Fantasy 13. I wasn't a fan of the game too much, but the style, I was thinking, if this was Final Fantasy 6, holy hell.
Just give us that old game. And I just like the idea of just how updating it's making it better and maybe changing stuff so it's a bit more playable. And just you have a remake. You have a remake like Final Fantasy 7 that takes years to make, and you get one. But Square Enix have been all right, guys, you like your Final Fantasies, have 6 of them. Here you go, enjoy. And
people have been wanting this since the PS3 when they used it as a tech demo.
Yeah.
Of
Also,
course, 7 gets the treatment.
I've heard good things about the music. It's good music.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
to be fair, I've seen the video of 1, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then put it somewhere. Put it in the chat. Here you go.
What's this?
But yeah, it's just a little remake of the battle theme. The beginning is the old one, the end is the new one, and yeah, no, I just like the little updates, just little stuff is cool.
So, I think we should move on from that. Well, I think we were on Final Fantasy for too long. It was also a bit of a diversion from what we were going to actually segue to, but we can bring it back because we went into Final Fantasy because we're talking about stuff with Bethel, Shin Megami Tensei. It's also an RPG, so. But they revealed a new. They revealed a new character basically, didn't they? That's Bethel, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been doing like little daily reveals as well, like
Oh yeah, because that's been going on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. That's cool. It's got it's some. I'm gonna get it. Like I'm just settled on that, so I haven't really been paying too much attention to the rest.
We've actually got more stuff revealed in terms of character reveals for certain games. Where was it?
Oh yes, of course.
I've lost it. Oh, here we are. So, we've got a new character for Street Fighter V today. I don't know who the character is. This is mainly because Kazu was going to be here, but technical issues. So I was going to pass on the message. Street Fighter V. New characters. Aha! So, no, wait, that's the 5th season. Is it Akira or Oro? Oh, would you go away, stupid things? Right, so. Aha! So, summer 2021. It's either. Which is it? Is it Oro or is it Kira Kazama? Might be Akira. Because it's one of the two. It has to be one of the two. I don't know because I don't play Street Fighter, unfortunately. But I'm looking at the... In fact, if I just bring... Can I not open that in a new image? Okay, cool. So, if I just do this, because I'm wasting everybody's time... There we are. So, we got this. This actually is a good thing to show off, because this hasn't been shown off before. So if I just zoom that in quickly. There we are. You can see all my tabs. Ignore those. But yeah. But yeah, so we've got... so winter 2020 we had Dan. Spring 2021 we had Rose. In fact, there was a lot of new stuff included in the winter one, but summer 2021 is where we're at. It's either Oro or Akira Kazama, and we also get the Akira Kazama stage to go with the character. I'm assuming it's Akira, because if I look at the actual page here, which is Gfinity Esports, get rid of that, there we are. Akira's the one at the bottom so far, so that would be the newest one, so I would assume that is the case. What I'm going to do is copy that link. Sharing my screen. Get rid of those two taberinos and drop it in chat, because that's what we do. So, oh yeah, so Guilty Gear Strive got another character, and I think Meryl's actually familiar with this.
Oh yeah, it's Jacko, if I remember right. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like one of the characters who appeared in the story a bunch. So like, easy, very hype. The trailer was just like a bunch of story clips and the fighting. It's very cool. Blatant. When the first character came out, I was like, that's pretty cool. Probably not going to get the season pass, but oh no, I've changed my mind.
You changed your mind.
Oh man, but it's cool. But we'll see. So I haven't really played too much Guilty Gear recently.
Speaking of Guilty
diving
Gear,
around different games.
Speaking of Guilty Gear, actually, the next character reveal is in Samurai Shodown, and ironically enough, it's a Guilty Gear character.
Yep.
There's a crossover going on here, which I wasn't actually aware of until I literally just looked it up. Some tribal warrior with a massive sword axe called Darli Dagger.
Yeah, that's the one.
There you go. Right. So she's apparently the news character in Samurai Shodown, which I guess makes sense. She's got a big old sword. So
big old sword.
Yeah, big old sword. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Sorry, because he's got a big sword, isn't he? So. But yeah, so those are basically the character reveals. Nothing Smash related. Sorry, Smash fans. No, Guilty Gear is not coming to Smash.
Well, we'll see.
Anything is possible at this point. But yeah,
yeah.
And finally, if you, SuperLINKARIO, want to take the final piece of this just in that we have in the Tabarino.
Final this just in. What's
the latest one?
Where is it?
At the very bottom.
Wait, where is it? This just in at the very bottom. Wait, the Pokemon one.
Yes. It's basically a Pokemon Direct.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry.
It's a Pokemon Direct. They talk about the latest Pokemon stuff.
Okay, I'm not really much of a Pokemon fan, so
I just didn't want to leave you out. Really, I was just like, we've been going on. You've just been.
I know, but
I wanted to give you some news.
I don't know anything about it. Unfortunately.
Who needs Pokemon when you got Monster Hunter Stories too?
All right, I'll do it then. So yeah, basically in 2 days from now, basically this Wednesday. I don't think it's going to clash with our schedule. I'm not too sure. But then again, obviously...
If it does, we can always,
They haven't given a time, actually. I've gone to the Discord... No, the Discord, the Twitter. They haven't actually given a start time of any region. Which is ironic. Pokemon region's funny. But it is going to be 28 minutes long, which sounds normal. Roughly 30 minutes. No start time. But it is this Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. And I would assume that they are once again going to talk about Pokemon...
Never mind. It's in the article. 2 p.m. UK time.
Oh, you have to actually go into the article. They normally leave it on the thing.
You got to get them...
You have to go into Nintendo Everything themselves.
Yeah. 2 p.m. in the UK. So...
yeah, so it's going to be early enough. Which is, ironically enough, I'm going to miss that because I actually finish it 2 tomorrow and Wednesday, and yet that'd be me on the way home at that point, so I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to leave home and find out. You could put it on the radio, plug your phone in. Get listening.
Could do, yeah. Just Bluetooth it.
You'll just hear Pokemon music every now and again, and then you'll hear the people talking.
Yeah, but I would like to see it, though. It's like, what's going on? So I would assume... Obviously, right before, it gets released, we would see the final reveals of the remakes of Gen 4 in the Gen 8. So that would be Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Am I getting that right? Very weird names for the remakes.
I believe so, yeah.
So, Gen 4 remakes that everybody wanted, but not too happy with the style. Well, tough. Yeah. You wanted the game. Oh, we got a bot. Hang on.
Oh, no.
We got a bot.
Oh, I can't get rid of it in... okay.
There you go.
Oh, no, Meryl did it. I was just about to click on it, actually.
I was in OBS, so I wasn't able to get rid of it.
Look at Meryl being on the ball.
I do have Twitch open on a different tab, but I'm looking in OBS, and
Meryl's
I was
always
trying
on
to
the
click
ball.
it, and I couldn't click it. That's actually annoying.
Meryl's so quick at bloody getting rid of those bots.
Why do you think when he was one of my first mods?
I thought Nightbot gets rid of those bots.
Must have got around it. But yeah, Meryl was my first mod because he knew a lot about Twitch.
Yeah,
a lot more.
Like how far you all have grown.
Yeah,
everyone is
We've
big
still
Twitch
got
streamers.
Over 15 minutes, so possibly What are you doing, Sean?
I don't know. I'm just dancing.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
Okay.
Have you all been playing anything new recently?
I have been playing. Monospace might be like this. I have been playing with him as well recently. Phasmophobia.
Could be an idea for a stream.
That could be an idea for a stream
Yeah.
because I know Alex now has the game because I played with him yesterday. Same with Monospace and 2 other guests. My brother and his girlfriend also have the game as well as another friend that they have. We've all been playing the game basically. It is actually.
That would
It's
be.
not. It's not what. Well, what?
Chanlax and Dank Warrior Turbo. Who
Oh,
used to be known as Edward Wiedstoffen back in the day of Metroid Other M Let's Plays.
Wait, who?
Yeah, that was your cousin, your brother, my cousin.
My Dank Warrior Turbo, yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
him.
brother.
Yeah.
And Shanlax Shanlax 00 is now Shan 00. We got also
Shano.
we've also got Spirit Wolf as well. That's also another person that plays it a lot. So yeah, unfortunately the game is up to 4 players, so we may have to sort of
Rotate.
do what you do in Dead by Daylight, rotate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think you have spectators. So, well, if we're doing stream purposes, yes, you can have spectators in that sense.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. So we've been playing that recently.
Commander Man's
If
back
you're-
again.
Hey.
Commander Man's back. Yes. So we might be doing that maybe this week, maybe next week if we get some free time. Yeah, there you go, Sean.
Could be a surprise stream, or it could be something scheduled for another time, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe because I've been
players
wanting
is
to.
also a normal amount of playable.
Yeah, but considering that some of the areas, like you have an asylum, you have a prison, it is some really, really big areas. There's also a high school as well. There's some big maps there, and I would appreciate if you can maybe even up it to 6, because that is such a big area that you need to sort of explore and stuff. But then again, you have some really tiny maps, so maybe it's like minimum of 2. Because it does recommend 2 at least players to do those
it could
maps.
probably be that the bigger map and still only be stuck to 4 players. It's probably like easy, normal, and hard maps. So it balances out in that way. Like if you want more of a challenge, you go for the big map.
No, you have amateur. I don't know what the medium one is. It's just medium, and then you have professional. The difference in difficulties only the amount of time you have before a ghost starts hunting you, which means you can get attacked and actually die from the ghost exposure and stuff. So,
Yeah. What we're saying though
yeah.
is that not just like just think of it like Mario Party. What I meant is that you have the AI difficulty, which determines how much damage they do, like how can they not one shot you or stuff like that, or how much damage you deal back, or whatever. But then you also have the map difficulty itself, because if it's bigger, that means it's tougher to get what you need done, whereas a small one's a lot more confined. So
Yeah.
it could also be difficulty in terms of map.
They could
size.
do that because of the fact it is still classed as an early access game. So you may have glitches, you may have bugs, you may have this, that, and the other. It may work perfectly, but at the same time, you do have some janky things going on and stuff in the game. But I mean, they always update it constantly. So being an early access game, it's going to constantly update and stuff like that. So it's going to automatically update, hopefully, because it is Steam.
It
So,
sounds like Dead by Daylight today, and that
It
is
is
actually out of beta.
it is like a beta Dead by Daylight, but instead of being a killer, it's a ghost, and you have to try and find the type of ghost that's haunting. Some types are like really hard. Like you have wraiths that can go through walls, or you can have like an Oni that sort of Revenant is like chases you and stuff like that.
Only just pinballs around the place.
Yeah. So there's other ones. There's like a Shade, which is like a shy ghost, or what was the other ones? That Poltergeist is just a noisy ghost. That is literally translated from, I think it was Dutch or German. Poltergeist is translated as noisy ghost, so it makes sense. It just throws stuff about, closes and opens doors, stuff like that. Yeah, I highly recommend the game. The game is like $10.99 on Steam. Obviously GBP. But I don't know how much it is in the US, but hey ho, just check it out.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good game, so I recommend. It's it's not it's not Five Nights at Freddy's sort of scary. It is just sort of jump scare a little bit. Where as you die, you see these like fingers going across your face like this, and you hear like a crunching
This
sound, like
is,
bones crunching.
I'm gonna squeeze your brain.
Yeah, it is like that. I died today, the first time playing it ever of last 2 days, and oh my god, it is actually scary. It is actually scary. But once you'll get numb to it eventually, it's like Dead by Daylight again. So, but instead of being a humanoid killer, it's just a invisible entity that does manifest itself sometimes, and sometimes the models are absolutely terrifying.
You know,
So
when I meant Dead by Daylight, I didn't mean like horror or like gameplay.
it is
Actually,
horror.
I know that.
It is horror.
That's not what I meant. What I meant was what I meant, as in similar to Dead by Daylight. It's not because of the genre. It wasn't because of the gameplay. It's mostly because of the bugginess and unstableness.
That's mostly the PTB. That's unstable.
I mean, they fix as you said earlier. They fix one thing, and then a bunch of other stuff breaks because it's spaghetti code.
That is the main game.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards.
Most of the time, it is quite stable, but PTB is even buggier than that. So if you want to like play some of the new killers that have been released, like in recent times, you can play that now, sort of thing. So, but other than that, it is a very buggy game, but it is quite fun. It can be boring at times because you've got to find out if the ghost is bugged, or if you try and you have to entice it. You have to if you're not getting any responses by talking to it nicely, you have to start pissing it off, and that means you have to start hiding in lockers or what's the thing called, closets and stuff like that. So you got to be very careful.
Sounds like the Ghost Whisperers or whatever that show is called.
It is. No, it is. It's basically a ghost hunting simulator. It is. That's what it is. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. It's just, except for the fact that. Oh, bless you.
You wondered why I muted.
Yeah, because I'm looking both the stream and live, so.
Didn't mean to drag that.
But yeah, it's a ghost hunting simulator. It's quite good with your friends and stuff like that, and it can be boring eventually, but it is quite addictive. I find it quite addictive. Most of the time I sit out in the truck just keep an eye on all the equipment and stuff. I think that's me. Me and Alex. Alex did die a couple of times. He got really pissed off eventually.
Ooh.
Don't try and do the challenge of getting the average sanity percent below 25. That is a very difficult. Oh my god. But yeah, I recommend the game. Sure, download it now.
Excuse me.
Right, there you go. I'm done. 10 minutes to go.
I've been busy. Because I always have to have the game on hand for when I'm talking about stuff like this. And that is the Fairy Tail game. I know.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's pretty bad, a bit of a cash grab, I will admit. But I've only just recently gone back to it, mainly because, I mean, for one, it's the only decent looking and decently played, I guess, Fairy Tail game that's not on the PSP, that's not in another language. Japan. And that's really annoying because I do have a PSP. I have got custom firmware on one of my SD cards, so I can run stuff. But, you know, I still need to get the game, and, you know, they're not really easy to come by, and this was everywhere. And I've only recently got back to it because this madam down below has been watching it, as we were talking about earlier when we were talking about Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So it all comes back full circle.
Yeah, I've actually gotten up to the point where the game starts, actually. The Grand Magic games. So
it was the training with the Celestial Spirits after the Spirits, before the games. That's when this mostly starts. Yeah. You have a tutorial boss fight, which is right before the time skip. Against right before Black Dragon shows up. And then he gets sealed in time for 7 years, Tenro Island. But that's where the game truly begins. Island, yeah. But then it kind of skips the clock stuff and goes straight to, hey, you need to train because obviously, you know, you've been weakened. You're out of practice. That's why you start at a low level and you've got to work your way back up. So the tutorial battle happens, you get beaten to a pulp, you make your big comeback, Loxus saves the day, and then the time skip happens, and then you got to get yourself back up. I'm thinking that's why they started the game there, is so that it starts the most recent part of the actual story. but they don't have. It's just called Fairy Tail. When I thought I got it, I was like, "Am I going to start at the beginning? That's going to be awesome." Starts basically in the second series because it's weird. Starts in series. You got series 1, which goes up to the match in the Grand Magic Games. The Grand Magic Games where it's basically nothing but a brawl fest between 4 dragon slayers. Series 2 starts right after then to this 3 episodes, well, in the anime, after the second time skip of 2 years, where I'm not going to mention too many things, it might be spoilers, and then the third series I actually need to watch, because that actually continues the manga, because it was left for a while. I think it had something to do with Lucy's Japanese voice actor. That's all I can remember from back then without researching, but the game basically takes place in the middle of the series during the Grand Magic Games. I think I went on a bit too much on that one.
Maybe.
Hey, just so people know. Anything else that people have been playing?
Alright.
No?
So this game called Carrier Command 2 came out. Carrier Command 1 is like an old game. But this game it's like an RTS, but you play as the dude on like an aircraft carrier, and you sail around some islands. You're deploying like boats and planes and stuff and taking them over. It's good, but it just needs some like more like rebalancing. I think it's too big. There's a lot of space between the islands and stuff is like too slow to like move across the map. So there's like a bit of waiting and stuff. But
No Man's Sky on a planet.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because it was like it's supposed to be like infinite worlds, but it was like too long in between them, and all the planets were spaced out, and there was nothing to do.
Yeah, that's different now.
Might get better.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. And then like it's not a new game, but I'm playing a lot of Talisman. That game's it's really good. It's like a little board game. It's actually a board game, video game. It's suffering, but like the fun kind where you all just have a laugh. That kind of like
that's Kazu's line. You can't use that.
It's just a thing.
It's very much like you can have a bad like dice roll and then it messes stuff up. But like if you like lose your lives, you can still come back, but like as a different character, like go back and pick up your stuff. So like you get put back. Like the people who I'm playing with at the moment, that you have like a weird house rule where like some characters are banned because they're really good, but if you die, you can just come back as one of them because you
can't start as one of them.
You can't start as like a really overpowered character. But yeah, that's just the house rule we have. It's not like an official thing. It is. The game is like a bit jank though. Like the UI isn't quite. It's not instant. So you have to kind of wait for animations, and it's not totally obvious what you're doing.
Like Pokemon Unite's main menu. How many buttons do you need to access a menu?
And this stuff is like
different menus.
There's too few buttons.
Just remembered. Felicity's been announced as a new character for that. Forgot to mention that. They may even talk about more Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I want to see in the Pokemon Direct. I forgot to mention those.
Arceus.
Fish.
Yeah, it's just a few. Like there's a whole bunch of good stuff. And I've been playing like different stuff, but nothing too. So I've been playing the RimWorld ideology expansion. Haven't done too much of it, but I like what I see. It's all like some extra management and just like extra like events and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And then mini motorways. I hadn't mentioned that when it came out. It's just like a little really chill. There's just like a little map, and like warehouses and buildings will pop up, and you just got to drag roads and connect them. It's really nice.
Just remembered, actually, Meryl. You know that you showed me the game Hades?
Yes.
You can now get a controller with Hades on it.
Oh, that's Switch. Cool. That's really cool.
Just thought I'd chuck that out. Other thing that I have been playing has been, Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminds DLC, Limitcut, specifically. Finally beat all of the organisation members. It wasn't actually that difficult, ironically enough. would you believe I slapped Vanitas in about 2 minutes? I just absolutely slapped. Yeetus Vanitas lives on.
Nice.
Obviously, got completely slapped by Yuzuru, but yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I'm gonna have to take a day and learn that battle, just so I can get past it. If I can get past that, and then I go through the whole thing again with the pro codes, and beat Yuzuru again with just a couple of them, I'm back on. Well, I'm back up to par with the gaming skill of Master Aaron. Because he's done it twice.
Done it twice.
I am not the gamer of the house no more. I will relinquish my crown. But I thought I'd chuck that out there as well because the crown doesn't deserve to be in here no more. I don't. There wasn't a crown. I'm just. Bleh. He's too. He's too better than I am.
He's too good for you. Get good, scrub.
He basically, yes. I gotta get good.
Right, we've got to start wrapping it up now. So.
Yeah. Any other games you've been playing? SuperLINKARIO?
Actually, there's one thing I could possibly say.
I think I know what it's gonna be.
It's not Skyward Sword.
How did the race go?
Oh yeah.
It actually went. No, it was completely different. But the race actually went quite well. Actually, I did actually win, but that's because I obviously know the game quite.
Not out yet.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, it was your pick anyway, so
it was my pick. So it's gonna say I did help them as much as I could because obviously it's not professional competitism. It's just for fun. So yeah. I did help them out as best as I could. I said, if you got any questions about any specific missions, just ask. I will gladly answer and help you out and stuff like that. So I was fair. I was completely fair.
This was tied to Bush Rescue.
Yeah, I played it on Steam. Riser51, which is now on the server as well. He played it on the PlayStation 4. And Gold Glee Gamer 1 played it on the Switch. So it was pretty much the remasters. So not the original Xbox or PlayStation 2 or anything like that. Not even the GameCube version. HD remaster. I did the one on Steam, which
it's like how I have to specify when it comes to Shadowman Remastered until it actually does come out on other consoles. When I'm playing it on the PC version, I have to specify it's remastered on PC and not the original PC version. Because versions back in the day were different depending on the system you were playing. Remastered, no matter what system it's on, is pretty much the same.
Okay. Other than that, I was actually going to say maybe this week, maybe I can do it next week. This week or 2 weeks' time after this week, I might be doing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC. So do that blind, basically, which I have 100%ed it as much as I possibly could, the main game, and I might do the DLC blind.
Is this self-promotion wrap-up?
Yeah, pretty much. We got a wrap-up now anyway, so just want to stick that in there.
Also,
I'll stick our Twitch channels are currently in the chat now, so do that.
Yep. Well, I don't know why you put mine in. You should have put yours in first because I've got to start doing Shadowman Remastered streams because we're ready to go do the experimentation rooms. And I'm now actually getting round to editing the Majora's Mask 3D videos from part 19 to part 23. So you people on Patreon and YouTube level 2 can check it out. Once I get them up.
We should wrap up.
Meryl, you got anything?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I think I've covered all my problem.
I think that'd be it.
Yeah, so thank you for this edition of This Just In, where we talked about the schedule, as well as some other things that are coming out, have come out, or will have been coming out. So this has been Scatlink Sean.
SuperLINKARIO.
Kind of Mezza.
And we'll see you guys for Wednesday, where we will be making our characters for a D&D session of Rogue Trader. So, as I roll my R's, see you guys next time.